Yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
I want him to fight. I really like both of those guys. A lot.
Mayweather's very tricky, but at the same time, Crawford will go right-handed and left-handed. So it would be a big problem for Mayweather.
Terence Crawford responded to Floyd Mayweather's comments by saying that if they ever fought, he would win. He believes his skills, power, and ability to adapt would give him the advantage.
So if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, okay, I'm just asking. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody. I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Floyd Mayweather said he doesn't want to fight Terence Crawford or Errol Spence Jr. because he simply doesn't like them. This surprised many in the boxing world, and fans started guessing his real reasons. Some think he avoids fights that don't help his legacy or money, while others believe he has already proven himself and doesn't need to face younger fighters.
I want him to fight. I really like both of those guys.
Yeah.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had a chance to hang around Earl. I had a chance to hang around Terence. And both guys, class act. It would look like I'm leaning towards one guy because I've boxed one guy before.
Mm-hmm. It was beautiful to watch, but also tough to watch to see what happened to Errol. Obviously, we don't wish that on,
Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
The best man won.
Mm-hmm.
If I was training him or I was in his corner, I don't think he should be fighting at 147 at all. I don't even think he should be fighting at 154.
Really?
I think he should be fighting at 160 or 168.
Wow.
That's just my honest opinion.
Many analysts say Mayweather has a much stronger resume than Terence Crawford. Mayweather fought some of the biggest names in boxing, while Crawford's opponents are not as well known. Even though Crawford has dominated different weight classes, critics feel he hasn't faced the same level of competition as Mayweather.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
Former champion Shane Mosley praised Floyd Mayweather for dominating his era, saying he was careful about losing, but still fought great opponents. Mosley admitted Mayweather was selective with his fights, but always beat the best, which made him one of the greatest boxers ever. He also highlighted Mayweather's skills, defense, and fight IQ. However, Mosley added that Crawford's style would have been a tough challenge for Mayweather, sparking debate on how Crawford would have done against him in his prime.
Floyd Mayweather, though, is a legendary athlete. What makes a legendary athlete is the one who wants to compete. He's notorious for dodging fights when they should happen.
Floyd is so afraid to lose. He grew up in a different era. In the era that I grew up in, it was who was the best, and I will fight anybody, doesn't matter who's in my way.
Right.
Floyd's era, what he created was, we're not gonna lose. So if you lose, then everything's messed up. So he wanted to win so bad until he would wait till the guys would be at the right time or weight or age or whatever, past their prime. He waited for the right time to go in there and do what he had to do. But he's a winner. He wants to win. So whatever it takes, not just in the ring, but outside the ring, he's gonna win. He wanted to have the only person to have the O and leave out like that, with just having no loss.
That's killing boxing.
Crawford claimed that Floyd Mayweather used IV fluids before his fight with Manny Pacquiao, which he says was not allowed. This added more controversy to Mayweather's legacy. Some analysts say IVs can help with recovery or hide substances, but Mayweather's team denied any wrongdoing, saying the fluids were medically approved. Crawford's comments brought back debates about whether Mayweather had any unfair advantages in his fights.
You guys can use IVs to rehydrate?
We can't use IVs either.
No? When did they change that?
They changed anything. I think that was legal because when Floyd fought Pacquiao, that was a thing. that he was using IVs or something like that. But yeah, you can't use that stuff.
You can use the IV to mask performance-enhancing drugs. That's why they outlawed it.
Yeah.
Terence Crawford has moved up in weight classes, showing his versatility. He has expressed interest in fighting Canelo Alvarez, something Mayweather never attempted. Mayweather did beat Canelo, but Canelo was younger and still developing at the time. However, Mayweather never moved up to fight Gennady Golovkin, a dangerous middleweight. Crawford's willingness to face bigger opponents shows his ambition and determination to build his legacy.
Floyd versus Triple G. Listen, man, Floyd didn't fight him, and Floyd is an all-time great. But what a missed opportunity. You got Crawford going from 135 and talking about fighting Canelo at 168. It's kind of the same thing, except for Floyd fought a few times at 154. I'm not faulting Floyd for not fighting Triple G. I totally get it. I'm just saying that upper echelon, the reason why I will always have Sugar Ray Leonard over Floyd is the crazy, the insane part of it. What Terence Crawford is talking about doing, he ain't saying, let me meet Canelo at a catchweight. Canelo's undisputed there. Let me go get him.
You know, you guys was crazy about Triple G talking. Triple G was such, unbelievable fighter. He's okay. I mean, straight up and down, no special effects. I mean, even at the age of 40. But I'm not looking forward to fighting Triple G, but that'd be easy.
Floyd has mentioned that if he were ever to fight you, he felt that it would be an easy fight because he feels you're kind of a rustic fighter. What's your reaction to that?
He talks too much.
Boxing legend Juan Manuel Marquez warned Crawford about moving up in weight to fight Canelo. He said weight classes exist for a reason and that a smaller fighter shouldn't challenge a much bigger one. Canelo is known for his power and ability to break down even big opponents, and Marquez believes the size difference would be too much for Crawford. However, Crawford dismissed these concerns, saying his speed and technique can beat Canelo's power.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for and Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power. And three more divisions, two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination of punches, but I think the weight class is no good for him.
Devin Haney talked about how Terence Crawford would have done against Mayweather's past opponents. He said there was a time when Crawford was in Mayweather's shadow and believes the results might have been different if Crawford had faced the same fighters. Some think Crawford could have beaten some of Mayweather's opponents, while others disagree.
And he's hanging on to the Floyd Mayweather era. I mean, so hard, he choked out Terence Crawford. He's still talking about he in boxing. Terence Crawford couldn't have an era to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ron keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking a question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
Still dropping it. Does Terence beat Floyd?
Huh?
Well,
that's what I was going to ask you after. Shit. You dig? I mean, it's an era where Terence was in the shadows of Floyd. And when Devin came along, there was no shadow that was big enough.
Some boxing experts believe that if Crawford and Mayweather fought at 147 pounds, Crawford could win. They think his adaptability, power, and ability to switch stances would be a problem for Mayweather. Others disagree, saying Mayweather's defense and ring IQ are on another level.
Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis, or Shakur and Terence Crawford. I thought Tank could beat Shakur, and then the Lamont Roach fight happened, and I'm like, okay, I'm going back with Tank Shakur. Tank don't got enough. He doesn't have enough to offer. A fighter who gets hit the least versus a fighter who throws the least. This will probably be a very embarrassing night for Gervonta. He got outworked on the inside, where I think Shakur Stevenson is amazing defensively and offensively. He's just a better inside fighter, especially when inside the clinch. Like I said, I had Gervonta winning this one. Then the Roach fight showed me, like, He can't win 12-round fights. So I'm going to go Shakur. Now, Bud versus Floyd, a lot of people going to dismiss this because they just love Floyd Mayweather to death. But this is a really good bout. And I think it's quite simple. Anything past 36 years old, I'm going to go Terence Crawford. Assuming this fight is at welterweight. 147, that is. But anything under 147 and anything under the age of 36, I would have to go with Floyd. So 135, yeah, I think Floyd going to beat Bud pretty bad. And 140, yeah, Floyd going to beat him pretty bad. But 147... both at 36, Bud that fought Spence, I'm going to go Crawford. You guys let me know who y'all picking these two fights.
Many see Crawford as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters today, but he is often compared to Mayweather, with some saying he hasn't reached Mayweather's level. Mayweather retired undefeated, while Crawford still has more fights ahead. He has the chance to build his legacy and possibly surpass Mayweather's achievements.
So I saw this on Instagram and I absolutely have to post this. This is crazy. So this guy says, not a hot take, Terence Crawford beats any version of Floyd Mayweather. Now, Terence Crawford is absolutely the best boxer in the world right now, and he's an all-time fighter. He's a legend. He's all of that, but he is not Floyd Mayweather. I don't know how you could say this is not a hot take. This is one of the hottest takes you could put out on the internet. And people have been saying this stuff about Floyd Mayweather for 20 years, and it's never happened. He's never lost. Floyd Mayweather is the best defensive boxer of all time, and I don't think he would allow Terence Crawford to get things going, and I think Floyd Mayweather would piece him up. Now, this is not to discredit Terence Crawford because he and every other fighter of all time is not on the level of Floyd Mayweather. Let me know what you guys think.
Despite their rivalry, Floyd Mayweather has praised Terence Crawford. Mayweather recently said that Crawford is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. This praise is important because of Mayweather's own legendary status in boxing, showing that even he respects Crawford's skills and achievements.
There was some kind of crazy trash talk with Gervonta and Terence Crawford recently. And one of the things that I've always kind of noticed is most of the time, one of the things that's kind of off limits is families. Like you usually don't, you know.
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, and so I wanted to kind of understand what your thoughts was about like some of those comments that was made. I think it was about Terrence's wife. What, like in your mind, where? Because obviously, like you know, you've been in this sport.
I think Terence Crawford right now in the sport of boxing is the pound for pound best fighter in the sport of boxing right now. It's good to see him in the position that he's in. I think he has a beautiful family. I think he has a beautiful wife, a beautiful queen, a black queen. And there's nothing better than a black woman in this world. That's just my opinion.
Shane Mosley has confidently said that Floyd Mayweather would lose to Terence Crawford. He believes Crawford's power and constant pressure would be too much for Mayweather to handle.
God type of thing. Because he's used to people coming at him, trying to hit him hard all the time. The only person that I see that I can kind of like equate to, and this I think Crawford would have the edge, is Castillo. When Castillo fought Mayweather the first time. And fights like that, Mayweather has problems with Crawford. Because Crawford hits hard, Crawford's very strong like I am. He has all the same long arms, like I said, southpaw right-handed, and he's coming to get you. He don't care about the Philly defense style, whatever style he don't care about that. He's trying to get you. And he's gonna make sure the combination is gonna be hit. So you have to either hurt Crawford and get some respect or something.
Mosley also said that Crawford's ability to adapt during fights makes him a dangerous opponent, which sparked big debates among boxing fans and analysts. Sean Porter has voiced concerns about Crawford fighting Canelo Alvarez, saying that Canelo's punching power is a major threat to Crawford. He warns that stepping up to fight such a powerful opponent could be risky for Crawford.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another. You know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out. You know what I mean? So
Amir Khan has also shared his thoughts on the Crawford versus Canelo debate. He agrees that Crawford is a great fighter, but questions why he would take such a risky fight. Khan believes Crawford should focus on dominating his current weight class instead.
What about them both? Like, what are the differences between them?
Canelo's strong and is easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't hit clean. They both hit hard because, and you can see the strength when I was fighting against Crawford. He is very strong as well. So, look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much weight? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go for fighting Canelo?
If Floyd Mayweather were to fight Terence Crawford now, it would be an exciting matchup. Mayweather, though older, stays in great shape and trains often, but his speed and reflexes have naturally slowed down. Crawford, in his prime, has the advantage in physical ability, but Mayweather's experience could play a big role. This fight would draw huge attention from boxing fans around the world.
A lot of times I'm working in the gym, my hands be so fast, so I work with different size gloves, but most of the time when you see me on the bag, I make it look so light, I make it look so sweet. They be 16s. So that's what they be. So shit come fast, you know what I'm saying? Shit come fast. Shit come fast. It make no much.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay informed. Stay tuned for more updates, and let's keep our news accurate.